कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. Yeah, welcome to Cyrus Says, Cock and Bull with Pet Care Partner Heads Up for Tails. I want to just quickly tell you something. Navin, who's joined us. Parish, I don't know if you're there, but you're sitting in front of me and irritating me for some reason. Rishi's in the studio and Kajol is somewhere in Kandivli for reasons which we will find out a little late in the program. But my wife stopped me yesterday. Let me quickly tell you. And I'll tell you why she stopped me. I wasn't walking naked on the terrace like I normally do at 7 in the evening. It was for another reason altogether. I wanted to go down because they started blowing up these fatakras, these loud cracker thingies, whatever they're called. And they were really loud and scaring all of us, scaring our dogs and stuff. And there was a kid who was, he was probably about 8 or 10. I could see from the window, who was mainly responsible. And this being Malabar Hill, he had 3 attendants. I'll use the word attendants because they're all wearing the same clothes, white uniforms. And they were doing everything for him. And then the great kid was coming and doing a little lighting with the final thing, like batting only, no bowling, fielding for him. And while that was going on, I just asked her, is it possible if I go down and take one of those bombs that he has, those red thingy things in his hand, and I put it inside his pant and then light it just so he understands it's really irritating everybody else, especially the animals who are really terrified, older people, people with heart issues, and just general normal civil people. Where's the civility and decency of this country? Why do you need to do that? What's that got to do with anything? This stupid bomb thing. You think Ram would have been really happy if you scared him? He comes out of the forest and go bishkow, bishkow, bishkow. That's so. You're supposed to have light. Deepavali is light. That's what it means. It's a light festival. So give me fountains, give me beautiful lights, well-arranged lights. All that's great. Anything aesthetic, classic, it's pleasing to the eye. But no, they do all this and drive our dogs crazy. My dogs are really upset, and they're not the only ones. Cats, birds, the works.
My building cats, I haven't seen them in 3 days.
Exactly.
They've all gone.
I don't joke about it because they go berserk. We can't find them. Some of them, you really can't find.
It's really like humanity is gone for a toss,
No, I think so especially with kids, the punishment should be severe, I feel. Because kids are really disgusting when it comes to misbehaving.
They should be drafted for war, for real war. Go fight, go atom bombs, go for war.
Honestly. This is
on the Western Express Highway, even those chakris and fountains and all are like, they are quite dangerous, because it's right on the road.
No, so they've started a new thing now that you brought up Arsenal, since that's your favorite football team, Kajol. The rocket now has a 2-dimension to it. Have you been listening? So in my day, we would just put the rocket in a bottle and takak, it would go off and there would be not too much sound. Now it has an opening sound as it starts the journey. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, back up please, we're about to start a journey. And then boom, that sound goes. And then a second sound as it pops at the end where the trajectory is over and it ends or whatever. So I mean, there are 2 heart attacks waiting from the rocket and that's not yet the bomb or the long bomb.
And there used to be vertical ones, now there are horizontal ones also. There are butterfly ones now which go like zoo, like it's a Harry Potter thing. And it could just like burn anything down in a heartbeat. We actually lost my mom's wedding gown and my father's suit back when our house was set on fire because of a rocket. It was
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was
a rocket entered the house?
Yeah, from the window because it was in the chawls of Golibar in
Arnab blamed Pakistan.
Yeah, Arnab definitely blamed Pakistan.
And rightly so.
Yeah, but it was crazy because
Are you serious? That's not even like funny.
No, my sister was 1.5 years old and they'd gone to my aunt's place, and when they came back, the house was the upper part was on fire.
Did you ever find out who the miscreants were?
We knew, yeah.
I mean, I know it's not intentional in that sense.
It was actually intentional also.
It was intentional?
Yeah.
They were trying to hit it into the houses of people?
Yeah, they aimed at a house.
Wow.
So it was kind of crazy because...
And today this guy is a member of parliament, I presume?
Yeah, local goon, now member of parliament.
There you go. See,
that's how it transitions.
Solved it immediately.
That's terrible,
Yeah.
I mean, this is like tantamount to murder because there's a kid, 1.5-year-old kid in the freaking house and you're firing off rockets. I mean, come on, how reckless can you be? The worst thing I've ever done is I peed on a midget by mistake. But I didn't see the person. I was peeing in an open bar. I was really badly behaved and there was a person under the table.
The open bar was what aspect?
Are you serious?
Peeing was
open bar means 2 hours they let you drink what you want and they don't charge you.
Oh, wow.
This is in New York.
Nice.
So they have this principle where, so whatever, from 6 to 8, it's free. And then the thing is only the brown skinned people, if you notice, take 7-8 glasses.
Yeah.
Government are much more civilized about it and, just have one drink, then after half an hour, have the next drink. But we guys, can you imagine? The Brocha and Sons were like, light it up. The guy was saying, not you again. And only our skin color people were there trying to take advantage of the situation. not anybody else.
You have to tax them somehow, right? Like for all the atrocities.
I don't know whether this is good jugaad. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to describe
No,
it.
but 1 second. So you really went and peed in a bar?
So I actually did this by mistake. No, I peed in the... I don't know. I was really badly behaved and drunk. I can't explain it to you. Kajol, have you ever done bad things when you're drunk? I've done many. Okay.
I've never been drunk.
Well, that's odd because you're a comedian. You should be drunk when you perform, for God's sake. And you will be on the 13th of November when Cyrus and Bakras or whatever it's called goes on stage.
Whatever it's called.
Yeah. So I actually peed on the guy by mistake. That's twice. Once in a club
You peed in an
function
open
and
bar?
once, I've twice peed on a
But
person.
if he's into golden showers, then you won.
Well, so the judge would have said, is it intentional? What was your... Then I would have gone with that, Naveen.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a man of your, capacity to understand that this is entertainment.
I mean, what's a midget doing in a New York bathroom anyways?
Okay, I don't even know if he was really a midget. He was just really short.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So he had like half the orders of drinks.
Here's the answer. Searching for the urinal. Get it?
Searching for the stall. Oh, shit.
Sorry. Okay, apologies for everything, including this horrible show. But there was something I want to discuss. I have two things I want to discuss before you go to your formal discussions. One is that my friend Kunal got rejected by the Canadian embassy. His
For
visa.
moving?
No, his visa.
Oh, just
I think
traveling.
it was horrific because, yeah.
He didn't answer?
No, the reasons are ridiculous. He's 58 years old and they said that because he has no family, his parents are gone and he doesn't have kids and there's no really close family left. He's a suspect for immigrating. But at 58, what the hell is he going to do? Work at McDonald's? It makes no sense. No, honestly, what 58-year-old man is just leaving Prabhadevi and going to Toronto and never returning?
So all this
happen.
fame doesn't come in handy at all?
What fame?
Like being a foodie, like on TV or like
That's
on...
in 3 5-star hotels where he gets recognized. Yeah, that's not helping him in freaking the embassy.
Let's put everything in perspective for myself right now.
Listen,
right?
fellow comedians, please understand. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the Shah Rukh Khan fame and there's the rest of us. You don't waste your time. Nobody gives a damn. You're just a statistic to a guy who's punching numbers and names into a little thing. And you just came on. He came on the radar for being 58 years old and not having any close ties. That's why we're trying to get him married now. So if there are any Maharashtrian women between the ages of 19 and 90 who are interested in getting married just so that he can go to Canada and have a successful holiday.
I like how you'll still have hope that he wants a woman at this point. Like if he's not married by now...
I'm thinking if you're listening to our podcast, you have low self-esteem.
Yeah, and Canada allows gay marriage. Like Kunal will be happier.
Oh, gay man. He'll take that. Right now, he'll take that.
Of course he'll take it.
Yeah, there's no question because the rejection.
give it.
Hey, whatever happens, people feel bad when you get rejected. I was rejected by Bangladesh embassy, for example, and I slightly felt bad.
Why?
I was like, why?
Yeah.
No, I presume it because of MTV. There was no other reason. It can't be.
Yeah, you had a show called
At that
Bakra.
time, our GDP
Yeah.
was better than Bangladesh's. Now, no longer.
No,
Don't want to bring that up.
We're lower on the scale.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a horrible, sad story. Can anyone help Kunal? And please, can you ask the Canadian embassy what the rules are? A lot of my friends, kids who are trying to go there, they're really struggling with trying to get visas. They're just not giving a single visa to anyone. What Justin Trudeau is the king of the left circle. So you expect them to be more inclusive and open and flexible, but no, it's quite the opposite. What's going on, Kajol? Investigative journalist Kajol will deal with this.
There's no one y'all can make
No,
calls
this is
to
not
stuff
Delhi.
like
I can't call my uncle and say, ek phone laga do. It's not like that.
But if you ask
I wish it was.
Ask some Punjabi friend, he'll have an uncle over there.
They've caused the trouble now.
Oh, shit.
That's why these lists have come out. And in the eyes of the person who's looking at Kunal's application, don't know whether he's coming in from Punjab or Haryana or Prabhadevi. It's all the same to them.
Yeah, there's a Vijay in his name.
The Vijay, I just don't understand how a 58-year-old man is a threat to them, really. But honestly, what do you think, Naveen?
I think he should be let go by us. And then wherever he ends up, it's up to him.
We're all supporting the Quit India movement of Kunal Vijay.
Kunal go somewhere.
Cyrus.
Yeah.
Don't they look at your money assets in India and be like,
They
hey,
do.
you've got a lot of
They do, but it's all flexible. Now, again, he's not Ratan Tata, so I don't know. But it's not like he's poor either. I mean, he has a little bit to show.
Yeah.
So I can't, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, worse than that, he's just been to 4 European countries in the last 3 months. Okay, which are sister countries of the Western
So
world.
they're like he's making his pick on where to immigrate.
I don't
based
know.
on his choices.
He's got an American visa for years. He's got a British visa, which is the thing. He's got the Schengen visa. All these are the sister visas that help you with the Western democracy sort of thing.
Yeah.
But now he has to go to Syria for his next holiday.
I think they saw all the qualifications and they saw his photo and they're like, this guy.
The visual is always a challenge.
For all our 2-hour open bars, it's a risk.
I'll tell you, they've got a problem with the buffalo population. The bison population is very thin there. And they're really worried that Kunal will scare them off.
And go and have all of their marrow. Yeah.
Shweta Bapat showing
He can't chase a
solidarity.
bus here. Forget a bison there. What are you worried about? I think Kunal prospect requirements. But after what happened with... sorry about that, Kajol.
I know.
Shweta, how dare you bring that up? Now, we're trying to support Kunal here. This is a support Kunal movement. Kajol, what the hell's going on?
Are you not well?
No, if you say his name, she coughs.
I've got a cough which is not gone. I've taken 2 weeks of antibiotics. I hate taking antibiotics, man. It makes me feel like the world is coming to an end. It's very depressive.
Have you heard of that Russian cough? Chekhov.
What is a Russian? Oh God, yuck. Okay, I'm the co-host today, guys. And
How dare you? Poor Navin thought he was the...
No, I'm happy. I have no
Nobody
idea.
wants responsibility on this show. There's not a single
what
person.
the topics I come here to cause chaos. Like people have realized that by
Bolo
now.
Chaus, bolo na Chaus.
Chaus.
एक दिन महालक्ष्मी रेस कोर्स में क्या हुआ, you know? We were actually sitting behind a guy going, come on Chaus. And my pal Vikram was saying, who's Chaus? And then we looked at the lineup, there was a chaos.
Oh, wow.
The fucker was shouting Chaus and he put big money on the horse.
Nothing will change in this country.
What is Change?
Change.
oh,
Leg before wicket, Rishi. I didn't see that ball, yeah. That kept low.
let's start by discussing Matthew Perry. Okay, Matthew Perry has just written a book and he's gone online saying that he's very upset that Keanu Reeves is still alive. Do you hear this?
He wrote, who would have expected Keanu to walk around alive? Like, that's what he wrote.
But it's more tongue-in-cheek, no? I don't know whether it's like mean.
So it was, I think it was...
It's like how we make fun of Kunal. We don't really want him to fall down. Huh?
I think it's a petty thing because I've never seen them together as friends.
It's a personal thing.
Yeah, because like what happens from the 90s genre of actors, like all of them who kind of like rose to fame.
But they aren't rivals because he's like a sitcom star, really.
No, Matthew Perry tried films. He tried films very badly.
But he's got his own... Come on.
That's what after Friends was over, what has he done? Nothing's done.
But doesn't have to do anything in 12 freaking seasons or how many seasons?
They're totally different genres. Like imagine Matthew Perry in The Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine him. In the new Matrix because he's so
in
bad.
fact, it's the other way around. I think you can imagine Keanu Reeves in many things, but Matthew Perry only in Friends.
Yeah.
Right? He can't go anywhere. Not even Hello Friends. Can he make it to Hello Friends? He cannot make it to Hello Friends.
Could play a stoner, slacker as well as full on like...
And he's a very gentle guy, but he's got also the alpha personality because when he goes into tough guy roles, you buy it.
Yeah.
So he's got that flexibility which not every actor has. I have that. But Spursh, will you launch me? No?
Well, you know what? I didn't realize that we had someone from Hello Friends on the panel today.
Who?
Who could give us more perspective on
That's your piece of comedy
Chandler's
for the day.
behavior.
I want your cough back.
Oh yeah, he's literally
your cough stays.
He's literally a counterpart.
Yeah. And I really didn't know who he was when they gave me the, you know how we'd work in the Hindi television industry in the old days. It was literally like, oh, Matthew Perry, uska character karna hai. I said, who is Matthew Perry? Oh, Matthew Perry. Then I had to go to Chinnappa, who was the guy. Chinnappa knew all about Friends, and Chinnappa was the hep guy.
And he still did the show.
Bangalore kid.
Yeah.
He did the show because firstly, Chinnappa is another liar. We didn't know that he spoke very good Hindi.
Oh shit.
Because he actually grew up in Agra. So he's a Kurgi boy from Bangalore, grew up in Agra. So, you know, I was hoping that everybody speaks bad Hindi, so that's one thing solved.
Yeah.
And suddenly this because Premchand himself chased Hindi coming out with the narrative. I'm like, ye kahan se aa gaya? You know, and then he says, oh, but I grew up in Agra. Like, I'm apologizing for his bad Hindi. So you're putting on this whole rocker, westernized guy from Bangalore thing, but you're freaking actually...
The veneer comes off, yeah.
He's a Sainik, he's a Fauji, you know, he's a freaking warrior from Agra who can shoot guns and all that.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, who is this guy?
I'm sorry last time for antagonizing you.
Yes.
Chinnappa sir.
Don't pick a fight with Chinnappa. Chinnappa actually asked me the first time he came after the Vijay hunt, can I bring my gun? And I thought he was trying to be funny. I didn't know about the Kurgis being allowed to carry guns. I didn't know all this.
For the Vijay hunt.
So I told him,
it's a little hunt after that.
But Kajol, I told him yes. Because I thought he's being wink, you know, all that shit. So I was like,
I've never heard of Kurgis being allowed to carry guns.
Kurgis and Sikhs are allowed to bear arms in India, in Indian constitution, okay? Doesn't work abroad anymore because of after 26/11 and 9/11 and all this. But technically they're warrior race and they're allowed to do that. So, but I didn't know all this.
What kind of guns?
Now, that's a very nice point. Great. That's your issue. You can keep Kalashnikov, AK-56 is not allowed.
Small gun?
How you're asking me? Aisha, can you answer the question?
The gun kind of where you take the jackets to the side and then they see and they back off, that kind of.
It's GUN, not GAN. Huh? You don't do any jokes here.
Himisha has a correction. She said it's Kodavas, not Kurgis.
No, Kurgis. But she probably knows better than me, but I'm just telling you what Nikhil told me. And then Nikhil...
He was in Agra. What does he know about
yeah, that's true, yeah. He's in Agri.
Again. And that's his culture. Hey, don't
so listen, cut a long story short, he brought the gun. I've seen the gun.
Nice.
Like a pistol. This is back in the day, 20 years
back. He got, like a 6-barrel.
I'm from Malabar Hill. We had a catapult which was broken from one side. So you have to tie it up and hope it works.
I'm very fascinated with guns.
Do you know how to shoot a gun?
Like whenever there's a cop or whatever, I ask them to show it to me. Like not any innuendo, I just genuinely like to touch guns.
Gun. What do you say? How does that work?
Signal thoda, idhar aa. Hey, pistol nikal.
I want to
know what the dialogue sounds like, yaar.
Misconceptions
Like I was in Manipur, right? And Manipur has a lot of army personnel everywhere, kind of like walking around. And there was a queer event happening, and it was just the army personnel.
How come you're always there when the queer event is happening?
Because
Why are you so anti-straight?
Why else
What
would I
about
go
our
to-
people, yaar?
Fuck your people.
Look at Rishi's face. Look at Rishi's
I fuck your people.
Rishi can't bear it.
He's embarrassed.
Rishi's like, really? Yeah. Rishi, why didn't you get a proper job? Yeah. This is not to do with the quality of the conversation. This is the fact that you didn't get a proper job. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah, but let
applied
me
for a
go on.
producer job and he got this. And Sparsh applied for audio engineer and he got producer.
Sparsh was just walking by on car. He wasn't even applying for the job.
I think Amit literally goes outside the station at the other and be like,
You,
Delhi se pehla train kaun hai? Bachcha log, chalo, chalo, chalo.
That's because the only two things you hear in car station area is pistol nikal and
Yeah,
come
whenever
in.
you walk into the IBM office outside, it's all like a graduation ceremony happening. All younglings. One girl is literally just short. Like she's 4 feet. Probably the one you peed on. Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly. Amit's promise is you will go far, beta. Next thing we know,
That's what he told me when he
Vinay
hired
has
me.
left IBM and is now going to VT every day, 3 hours each
Yeah.
way. Sorry, Manipur. A lot of army personnel.
Manipur.
Yeah, so just juxtaposition of them standing with fully like queer people was like pretty cute to me. And then I'm just like chatting them up because like, I'm like, ki aapne kabhi chalaya hai gun because you always stand with guns. And it's like, so yeah, sometimes there's like a little bit of miscreants or whatever. But I've aimed, I've never shot. So I'm like, can you show it to me? And he's like, he's telling me what wood it's used and all of that.
Wow.
It was quite nice.
So, there's a little bit of coming on, no? This is not a normal
Yeah,
conversation.
it's a very raunchy conversation.
Because when
I have a
Chinappa-
raunchy conversation about a gun. Okay, this was told to me by
as a lover of straight sex, sexual activity, not anti
Yes.
What is
straight
straight sex really though?
I just want to.
Have you ever
you hijacked
ever-
the show? You made it into a gay show with all your little queer
I
festivals.
mentioned
And
I
my
mentioned
people,
one thing.
My people are minority now. The straight people on the show are like,
it's
can we
exactly
talk?
how our
Are we
rights
allowed to
work.
talk?
Whenever we ask for rights one time,
Yeah.
you'll go like, but my people,
What
my
about-
straight sex,
Yes.
my straight ass, my
You
straight.
hijacked everything and left us nothing. So this poor thing, Kajol, we used to be the majority. She's putting her hand up and saying, "May I tell you a raunchy story?" Because we
Yeah.
have what 2 heterosexuals left.
It's
you
been 2
guys have
minutes since you
hijacked
said that
everything.
sentence, by the
No,
way.
it's not about being heterosexual. It's just raunchy. That's why I was
Yeah.
asking.
So you're saying it's
this was
raunchy for
told to me by-
all sexuals. Whatever perspective you have, you'll find it raunchy. I find that very hard to believe.
Raunchy from Jharkhand.
guys,
What's
this was
raunchy for
told to
straight
me-
is not always raunchy for gay. To find out, let's keep the one camera on Sparsh. We don't know what his gender preference is. Nobody knows about Sparsh. At the moment, Sparsh is a solo artist, so that could mean anything.
He's metrosexual, which means he fucks in the Delhi metro.
He's heterosexual, which means he has nobody.
Yeah, only heart,
except-
yeah.
You are terrible. You
Go
are
on.
terrible.
Raunchy story number 17.
Yes. This was told to me by my army ex. Okay. Now, I've looked
Army
online
ex?
to. Yeah,
You
I
were
was dating a guy
court-martialed.
from
You were
the army.
Kajol was court-martialed. Can you believe?
No, I was
Army
not
ex?
court-martialed.
Huh.
He was ex-army. Anyway, I've looked online to validate this. I've not found an article, but hear this out. It's pretty cool. In the US Marines, you're not allowed to call your rifle your gun. Okay, it's very clearly your rifle. So if you call it your gun, then you have to stand in the courtyard, okay, holding your rifle.
What are we on a ship?
And you've got to
There's no courtyard.
You've got to loudly say, "This is my rifle," and then point to your dick and go, "This is my gun. This is for shooting, and this is for fun."
What's raunchy about it? It's just stupid.
But-
I mean, it's really dumb. Thank
It's
God.
raunchy, stupid.
Yeah, I would have said this is for shooting bullets.
She's
this is
getting
for shooting
titillated by
blanks.
this.
But it's a Marines. Like you have to publicly embarrass yourself in front of everybody. Essentially, that's the point. I think.
Yes.
And you're also
It's
getting
public
titillated.
embarrassment.
What's going on here? Because me, Sparsh and Rishi don't get anything out of this story. Story number 2 to just change our...
I'm somewhere in the middle with this.
I can see the tight uniform and all getting to you, you bastard.
Yeah.
Again, hijacking
But
the show.
like a lot of shit goes down in the army, by the way. Like a lot of people have told me that because they're like away for so many months, they do have to experiment sometimes for
Oh, don't bring it back
comfort
to
in the
that, brother.
winters.
Come on, stop it.
in the holes, in the burrows.
Stop it.
Yeah.
It's like
let me tell you,
guys
it's
boarding school.
there's
human.
enough data out there that basically the statistics for the gay population is the same everywhere. So you can't say that there are more people because of this issue or that issue.
No,
So
I'm not saying they're more. They didn't. I've never said that they're gay. Like, come back to their wives and kids again after 4 months and be like, yeah, मैं आगे वतन के लिए.
Well,
But-
experimenting or not, that means you're gay. If that's your thing.
No, it's curiosity.
not like that.
It's curiosity.
I mean, it's
You can't say you're
gay.
not gay once you're like Sparsh. Have you tried men?
It depends how much inches you can take.
Rishi, have you tried relationship with men?
He's not even in the frame also.
And now he is. Let's see from the smile if he's. Have you ever had a gay relationship? A gay encounter?
It's not a gay relationship, Cyrus. That's the wrong way of putting
Okay,
it.
sorry, big boss. You tell us. Big boss, batao. I'm
No,
listening. Huh.
listen. Did you go to a co-ed school or a boys' school?
Co-ed school. I can't last in a boys' school. It
Okay,
wouldn't
so
have
I went
happened.
to a girls' school, and
I would have loved to go to a girls' school.
I know you'd have loved to go to a girls' school.
Alone.
I
yeah.
still try.
I'm just saying.
Say, uncle, out. Huh.
I'm just saying that the vibe is a little different when you're
Same
in an
gender
all
school.
girls' school at all. Yeah.
So
it doesn't mean
you're
that you're
attracted to
gay.
the same
It
gender
just-
because there's no option, you're saying. You're just stuck. Because the
You are
density of the
with
population
them
being this.
24 hours.
And so the chances are that I get what you're saying. So she's saying she's more flexible. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, even boys hostel, I've heard stories of like just guys
Yeah.
like
But that's because
Trying it
the
out.
things you have to do for toothpaste. It's just
Oh.
yeah.
Rishi, why are you laughing all the time?
you got to stop doing
Is
that. It's making him angrier
But
than
Naveen,
anything.
there's something happening because he's reacting mostly to these silly, innocuous comments of
Yeah, because
ours.
Sparsh doesn't do anything. He's fucking marble-faced piece of shit who doesn't laugh at anything or whatever.
If you see the way Sparsh combs his hair,
Yeah, no, like, let's look at
I think
Sparsh also.
Naveen,
look at his
your
face.
team needs to look at this guy as a recruit. Just look at the way the hair is manicured perfectly.
Yeah, he's like, अगर मैं smile करे तो मेरा बाल हिल जाएगा. Like that's how he behaves.
I don't want to point fingers at Kajol, but Kajol, there's competition for hair here. You be very careful. Yeah.
Sparsh's hair is way better than mine.
You think? You think he spends more time doing his hair?
Oh, it's beautiful.
It is. It's
beautiful. It's got
silkier.
this bounce.
Naveen, you're
good.
partial. I know you'll say Sparsh. Come on. That's not fair.
No, I'm talking about the hair. Only the hair. Somehow that's the only
Sparsh
redeeming
is
quality.
blushing. Sparsh is blushing.
You're doing an entire 360 degree turn.
What do I do? I'm not a good DOP guy. I'm not a good anything guy.
Okay, speaking of beautiful hair, the Miss Sri Lanka contest just held in New York ended with a
Very
total
pretty girls in Sri Lanka.
after-party fight. Like there was a fist fight.
Oh, Sri Lanka
after
contest in New York?
No,
Yeah.
the Miss Sri Lanka
The Miss Sri
contest.
Lanka
Yeah.
contest.
They can't do it in Sri Lanka, obviously. They have no funds over there.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Let's just go to gay bashing. What the hell are you doing? Have some sensitivity. What's going on? Yeah, sorry. So let's just
there-
understand there was a Sri Lanka contest for Sri Lankan immigrants
Miss
or
Sri
whatever who are living there in the States.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
And after the party, there was a big brawl. Like people started bashing each
Why?
other up. Women in gowns started throwing punches.
The women
and all
were
that. It
fighting?
was- with the men, yeah. It was,
With the
it was
men?
pretty exciting.
What? You went into another titillating episode of Cyrus Says. One sec, who was fighting? Firstly, the Sri
wants to know
Lankans in
what
this place,
happened,
they're
yeah.
in New York. It's all confusing. Let's start all over again.
See, we just have videos of the after party where there are women in gowns throwing punches at men and men retaliating, and no one knows exactly what happened.
Oh my God. Wow. And that's it? That's the story?
That is the story.
You're fired. Naveen, you're in charge now. I don't know what she's talking about, man. It's really scary.
No, I mean it's an interesting concept, like a fight after a beauty pageant where everyone's supposed to be very nice and smiling and all of that. Hey, Cyrus, have you ever judged a beauty pageant?
I may have judged, but I've definitely taken part in 3 Miss Femina, whatever. Like, I had to do the on-ground anchoring. So I was around, like, Priyanka Chopra was the middle batch. Diya Mirza, Priyanka Chopra, and Lara Datta. They were the most famous of the 3 years that I did. And so I got to meet all these young girls. It's great fun. And they're all really nice to us because they think we're going to help them win.
Yeah.
So it's it's exactly the Diwali feeling you get from all the staff where they all smile at you and open lips. We were discussing this offline again. It's exactly like that. So all the girls come to you and talk to you. They flirt a little bit. They're really nice. They ask questions. They say, "Oh, I love MTV," which they've never seen. "I love your shows," which they don't know about. All that, and they show a lot of interest in you. Exactly what we were discussing. Naveen, you weren't here, but Rishi and me and Sparsh were discussing. Suddenly the same watchman who have not said hello to you for all year. Those 3 days pre-Diwali, suddenly
he
big
comes.
smile. "Oh, Sanji," and the lift opens.
Yeah.
I didn't even. I mean, the guy just the alacrity with which he runs like an athlete and opens the lift and everything, and then Happy Diwali every 5 minutes. It's like a Punjabi wedding. It's going on and on. Every day I'm having another function. Happy Diwali, Happy Diwali.
He comes alive for those 3-4
Comes
days.
alive.
Yeah.
Just comes alive.
Just tighten it, Cyrus.
And I promise you, how dare you? And Naveen, I promise you, the moment you finish with the bakshish, he's gone. For
Yeah.
the next 11 months and 45 days, you're not going to see the guy.
He needs that capital money for the Jua game, right?
Yeah.
Then after that, he's forgotten you.
But I like the insincerity in the whole thing. I love you, you love me if you pay me money.
Yeah, the aloofness is what is interesting to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
So like you exist, so fuck
So
off.
we're actually paying him to get lost.
Yeah,
Don't bother me ever again. If you look at it from a fundamental point of view, why you're doing it. Back to Sri Lanka, Miss Sri Lanka, and the winner is...
Okay. No, so yeah, it is my job to put forward a topic for y'all. Like, y'all can't judge the topic. You'll have to say something
Oh,
about the
shit.
topic.
What touchy.
Oh, shit,
I feel.
yeah.
Really bloody heterosexuals on the show.
That's the
Waste of time.
KRA.
I mean,
We have made
change
it a
the
job
panel.
now, yeah.
Change the panel. They're too touchy and sensitive, these heteros, I tell you. Who grew up in all-girls schools and had tendencies which...
But if you don't know why they're fighting, then what's the point of the fight? Like it's just like Sri Lanka.
Also, who's the perpetrator?
Yeah. You got 2 people
Why?
come to do this for
Why
you.
are people fondling Cyrus and where is his glasses gone?
I don't know. They
What
just
are y'all
misbehave
doing?
all the time. And look what they've done to my glasses. They've destroyed my glasses. You can see that this is not normal glasses.
Oh my God, Cyrus, your glasses don't have ends on them. You've still not fixed it?
No, of course not.
He just like places them on his face.
When people in their this country don't get 3 square meals a day, a right to education, a roof
shut
over their
up.
head, insurance of
You're
any
in
kind,
South
medical
Bombay.
and otherwise. When all that is happening to my brothers and sisters, I will not waste money on those legs of arms of glasses. I refuse.
How do your glasses
Some sensitivity
stay up?
here.
They do not have ends.
How do they
to
stay
go over
up?
your ears.
Just for the record, in the comments,
I blush.
Shweta and Samir are fully flirting with each other. Can you all please stop it?
Samir,
take it to
what's
somewhere
going
else.
on?
Find the chat room.
Please put that conversation on right now and save our show. This is
Yeah,
very
Shweta's
important that-
been like, oh my god, Samir is so funny. You're killing it in the chats. Oh my god.
wow,
And Samir just saying, whatever I'm saying, he's repeating. Okay, so whatever. Okay, cool.
Can Rishi play those
Look at this.
chats?
Shweta Bapat, work is boring. Oh. क्या तुम लोग घर पे फ्लर्ट करो ना बैठ के हमको chat में आके you're doing this.
Actually,
It's
Shweta's
okay.
given him a backhanded slap there.
Where?
I'm not surprised because you're on the live chat every day, as in, you have nothing else to do. It's interesting.
Yeah, matlab, so we'll meet here. This is our meeting spot every morning
So
now.
our aim is to not bring people together, but tear them apart.
Yeah, that's
and that's
ideally
what
how
we're
it
doing the
works.
right thing. We're doing the right thing as far as that goes.
Love it.
Yeah, back to our leader, Kajol.
Yes, our leader is also going to celebrate Halloween Awareness Month today. Okay, because as you all know, Halloween is coming up in 2 days.
And all the dead bodies from
we all
UP are haunting him now. It's like from the ocean. It's coming screaming out to him.
Halloween is particularly a festival India celebrates around
She took a brief pause
Valkeshwar
and then
and
went
Bandra.
on. What?
So that is you'll celebrate Halloween in Valkeshwar, South Bombay.
We celebrate VIP greatness. If that's a festival,
Alright.
that's what we do. All year round, we stand there and everybody watches the cavalcade of white cars go up and down, and the policemen with their hands, being thrown out of the vehicle saying, get out, get out, get out, in case you hurt him. Hurt who? Nobody knows who. But, we're very careful. So that's our Tyohar.
You know how you were earlier saying like Diwali is the festival lights of festival of crackers is of course 4th of July.
Yeah.
We forget that because it's not in India. Because white people.
It's not white people, it's a mixed
wasn't-
race.
Arey yaar, festival of crackers.
330 million people in that continent alone, and not all of them are
Yeah, and
white.
all of them have rights. Yeah, ooh.
Yeah, they do. Definitely. And your tribe is doing
Halloween
really
is
well there
huge
compared to
in
your tribe here. It's
My
not fair.
tribe also, but the white ones are better off because they.
Nah, look, I can't solve everything. Okay, God can only do so much, for God's sake.
But I was at a Halloween party last night, guys. I was.
Himisha, sorry. But okay,
Yeah.
finish your story.
Nothing. I was at a Halloween party last night.
that's boring.
What do you go dressed as, Naveen?
Himself.
I went as the kinky devil. I have a photo. I'll tell you.
Himself.
The what?
The kinky devil.
The kinky devil.
Oh, can't wait to see the photo.
What did you wear?
Yeah.
I'll show you it. At some point, the clothes did come off.
I mean, how can that's very cute. Did you put
That's you
Did
with
you
2 horns on your head.
Did you
and,
put
and there's a tail, but it looks like a reverse boner for some reason.
I'm more interested in the
Yeah, it does look like a reverse.
There's also a
boner.
mattress in his shirt. Or is that just a fat stomach? Oh, sorry.
That's just fat.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Okay.
So what sort of a party was this?
What did Himisha say? We lost the comment. Halloween is huge here in Bangalore. Yeah, it's because the BJP guys dress up as Congress and the Congress is BJP. They confuse each other. Eagleton pe aayega, Eagleton pe milega baad mein. Resorts.
Cyrus, have you ever been for a Halloween party?
I have
dressed
in
up?
the States. I have, and I have for the kids. I had one. Oh, maybe Mikhail. We were forced to babysit through that, and all the kids are dressed like, oh God. I mean, they literally look like one looks like a pumpkin, the other like a mango. They all just look like bad fruit, but they are apparently whatever.
What did you call me?
Bad
Sorry.
fruit. And then me being a small-minded person, one kid came as Frankenstein. And I tried to explain that Frankenstein is the doctor. And
Yeah,
it's that,
he's a
Dr.
monster.
Frankenstein's monster, who's the
Yeah.
monster. And then in that, the mother got angry and we had words because I was correcting him and he started crying and all that. But you're not Frankenstein. You're Dr. Frankenstein's monster who has no friggin' name. Read the fucking book. But, for some reason, the mother got upset. And pretty mother, man, that was one bad day for me. Hot mother.
She was Frankenstein.
Initially liked me. Yeah, but I became the Frankenstein monster at the end of all that. Really, it's not nice.
Yeah.
What did you go dressed as?
I didn't dress up. The kids dressed up. We were chaperones. Because Aisha would always send me to these parties where there are only attendants and mothers who don't talk. So I just stood there like a loser. It's like me doing a show. Nobody's responding. I'm just there. Just there for hours.
Every Christmas
Never
we used to
ends.
do a tableau before like the Christmas mass.
You mean tablocks?
Yeah, tableau.
Hey, Sparish to Delhi se aa gaya. Explain it.
Yeah. So a tableau is basically like tableau. No, tableau is basically like the nativity scene where Jesus is born and everything, but
He pretends not to know. Huh? You get his style.
Who, me?
Yeah, pretending not to know. He knows everything about
I was
the
in
Bible.
the church. I was fully. I've read the Bible thrice. I've never pretended
I
to not
believe
know.
you attended the Last Supper.
I believe in Jesus Christ.
Yes, me too.
I was Last Supper is what my life is.
Yeah.
No, so I was in the church. Okay, so I was like every year in the tableau I would play a different role. One year I'm Angel, one year I'm
Wait,
Joseph.
Jesus also, no?
No, Jesus is a baby. They usually hire somebody's child. Not hire, but like whoever has a baby in the church.
Why would you say somebody's child? Every child is somebody's child.
No, but
just say a child.
But that year, whoever had a baby in the church, they take the baby and be like, "Will you give it to the?"
Like the moment the
crib?"
baby's born is like, sorry, acting job
And
right now.
I'm just gonna tell you all that it's the funniest thing ever because it's all like real time. Okay, like the woman who has the baby has carried a pillow, of course, and then there's a fake baby that's going to be used for the pregnancy scene.
Yeah.
So she has to now pull out a baby from inside her stomach.
But one second,
while like all of us are dancing around them.
I won't
saying,
get all
"You-"
religious, but it's immaculate conception. So isn't there no pregnancy technically?
There is pregnancy. Conception is
There's
the
pregnancy.
the
There's no
No,
conception.
but does Mother
harvesting.
Mary
What? No.
bear the
Egg
child?
going into the whatever.
Okay, I'm asking this. Don't get angry, anybody, because I'm also half Catholic, so I'm allowed to.
You have read half the Bible.
but
Only the Old
answer,
Testament. you
answer
read.
my question. Don't run away from it. Just answer my
Oh
question.
shit! Oh shit! The chair is breaking. Oh shit!
Okay, see.
Jesus Christ!
Oh man, he's getting punished.
What is happening?
I don't know, but for safety, it's one
What is happening?
One Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, just for safety, so that
This chair
take
just
care of
bent.
everything.
Oh fuck!
Okay, let's not ask any more questions about
They're gonna take this from my salary now.
Jesus' origin because something happened immediately.
No,
that's a
ask your
It's a sign.
question.
No, I'm saying it's an immaculate conception, etc., etc. So does Mother Mary actually bear the child? Or
She does. She does.
the child-
Conception
She has,
is
she has, she has
immaculate,
all
not
the issues of
pregnancy.
childbearing with none of the preconceived notions of having to
Wow, it's like
host a man.
it's like he wrote the book. I mean, the guy is really. Are you God?
I'm Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God, no,
Sorry.
Cyrus.
Don't call me God. Stop it now. Move on. Yeah.
Yeah, but so no, I was getting to the point that
Get to the point, man.
but it was so funny that every year because we had to play shepherds and like Joseph and like the innkeeper and all of us are like Binder boys who have no, of course, medieval clothing. So we all wear our mom's maxis. Okay, everybody is there in their mom's maxis.
Can you blame
With
the sexual orientation? Look what they had right from day one.
Yeah, but my mom had this amazing cow print, some like
Cow print?
like it was print.
Is
not
your
cow-
mom still here in India?
Yeah, she's my mom. My cow is my mom.
Okay.
no, but like she had this beautiful like cow print and all, and I was Joseph that year. It was so amazing, and I felt like I was a shepherd for the fun.
What is the point of this story?
Hey, what do you do for the donkey? Because
So it was just like
They call me.
Again, they would be like, "Kisko bacha hua hai?" No. They would actually just cast like younger boys and girls, and they put like ears on them. One year I was
I
Rudolph the
know,
Red-Nosed
but in my
Reindeer.
school,
What happens to the guy who
people
doesn't
used
get
to end up,
cast? Like,
you had
let's-
to straddle the donkey, and people used to end up sitting on the donkey. which
Yeah,
you
that was
shouldn't have
fully
done.
the thing. Everybody would like abuse the animals, but they were still humans.
Yeah.
But was your donkey like our animals where one head would be one body, one person would play the head, one person would play the stomach, one person would play the tail?
That's a Chinese dragon.
We used to do that all the time
Wow.
in plays. And I always ended up being the
How big were your costumes?
I was the rectum for some reason.
Of course, for
Now,
obvious reason.
now the reason is clear.
Yeah.
All right. Do we take a break? It's 10:35.
We can,
Yeah,
or we
let's
can just
take a
talk
break.
about
No, one person has to be the leader. Who should be the leader? Let's decide.
not any of us.
Let's do
I've got a private message from Sparsh saying, let's take a break.
it. So who? That makes him the leader?
Yeah, it makes sense.
I want another message from God. Talk about the Bible again. Let's see what happens to your chair.
Jesus. had
Okay,
3 times.
Okay, guys, please wait. The comments. Venkat's comments.
Can I get comments? Why am I not denied comments?
You have comments, you just don't know how to access it.
Oh, is that it?
Venkat's
Yeah,
comments.
computer thing.
Why
It's
is this
one
so much
button.
of
Let
issue?
Kajol speak. Kajol, come here. If you come here, no one can dominate you like this when the 3 people have their own conversation on the side. Never bunk us.
But let's see Venkat's comment. How do I put up Venkat's comment?
You have to call Venkat.
Is there no one in the studio?
Rishi will do it.
to help
Rishi
me
She's doing a
put
lot
up
of things right
Venkat's-
now.
If
He's
you talk slowly,
arranging
like
Cyrus's
Venkat ka
headphones.
comment dal do beta. At that point it comes. And you got to go slow. Give him a little
This
time.
hello from Silvery is cringe. It starts off well, but ends as if someone has shoved something up his backside.
Venkat, you know us. If you're going to make want us to bitch about each other, we're happiest. There's no question. Yeah. Over to
Silvery
Naveen.
sounds like Shatrughan Sinha is doing English.
Yeah.
Although
Silvery
he's-
sounds like when they
Shatrughan
make you
Sinha
stand up.
He speaks impeccable English actually. That's wrong. Huh?
Like, when they make you
He
stand up.
sounds like constipated Ravi Shastri. And Ravi Shastri is already constipated. That from Jitesh.
Jitesh or a Sindhi, no, I can tell.
That's your comeback? You're obviously a Shastri lover. You really stood up for him, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back
have
to
a thing for Sindhis.
Venkat's comment on Silvery. But what did you think of the reading style? Now look, we've got 3.
It was very like elocution competition.
Huh.
Like my name is Antariksh Thakkar.
Okay.
My mom is from Junagadh or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't send her there. But just quickly, we've got Amit, who's got this slightly American.
he's got that. Yeah. In America we fuck bitches and we eat drunk.
And just because of the accent, everybody says lovely.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
that's the
like-
way it's going to be.
on this week's podcast, yeah. And then there's Abbas, who is like
Abbas, who I think was like a very young Lata Mangeshkar, but deep voice.
very matronly.
Yeah, there's a matronly.
Like, आइए आप बैठिए हम आपको खाना देंगे, that vibe.
I always
And
feel
then
like
there's
you're in a
Silvery.
government hospital and he's being nice to you about your death.
Yeah.
I feel that.
It's like bill भर के जाना मरने से पहले. Like that's the vibe he's giving. Yeah.
हाँ, और प्यार से.
प्यार से. And then there's Silvery. Ugh.
Go on. What is Silvery?
He sounds like this is the first time somebody gave him a textbook after years. You know, in school he was punished, like, you know, when they make you read benchwise and you have to pay attention, that's the last word.
Can you
they
imagine
stopped
the
it.
comedian? Spurs, this is a lesson for you. The comedian's art, it gets sharp when he gets, because it's all about, you know, you need to have that muse. The moment he can bitch about Silvery, everything's just flowing, you know, you can just see the art flowing immediately. Wow.
And I think the hello, hello, hello is also like something that Amit in a way bastardized because Silvery does that.
Yeah.
Like Antariksh in general before.
It's like we've left that. We've left them with this. Okay, so Rishi is saying
Rishi has
that
insight.
he requested whether the hello hellos should be said or not. Because that's now a folklore for IVM. Whoever does it has got this on their head forever. Ki,
I would
hello
say
bolo,
three,
kitna baar bolo, na bolo, all that
I would
stuff.
say hello
I was
friends.
on
Yeah.
I was on a lineup with
Not yet.
Antariksh this weekend.
Sorry, Kajol, you were saying.
I
We're
was
having
on
too
a
much fun over
lineup
here.
with Antariksh. Okay, Antariksh had organized a show in Vikhroli, and our man goes on to stage and he's like, "My girlfriend calls my name in bed, and I hate that because it's Antariksh." Okay, and then he's like, and then I matched with a girl from Bumble and something. Then he's like, "Oh, by the way, my girlfriend is sitting here." It was damn crazy. Okay,
What's the punch?
He finally met his girlfriend for once. Yes.
The punch was she hurt him afterwards for saying that.
She looked like she wanted to hurt him afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Silvery's kind of guy you can imagine, like if he's humiliated in bed, he kind of likes it and he kind of get turned on by it when you, like, you know, spank him or whatever.
So he's proud of the humiliation in bed because his name brings him attention.
Yeah.
For some reason. Because it means space. And then she starts giggling.
Yeah.
Fucking him is an under risk.
Stop it! This is not a vulgar program, beta. You
No,
have
it's
to
not.
learn.
Of course, it's not.
Kajol and I are very classy
But
individuals.
speaking of
Don't judge by my
vulgarity,
makeup.
speaking of vulgarity,
Thank you.
the Pope.
Oh,
Oh God! Look, bro, we just got the Hindu right wing to deal with. Now, please, let's just
One chair at a
can we
time.
have a conversation offline? Let's just make fun of our own family. Silvery is great.
I have some great
More
insights.
Silvery jokes
For
allowed.
this new space, Kajol, you just say the thing and I'll start off. I have
Oh,
some great
God.
insights.
All right.
I'm here for
Please,
it.
please.
Let's
has
fuck shit
won-
up.
No,
All
no,
the
no.
Catholics, please look over your ears. for
Why?
this part.
My God.
That's a lot of fun.
One, he had to wear his mother's gown twice in a nativity scene or whatever, and because of that,
What
all
does the
this
Pope
angst.
wear? What gown does he wear?
No! Body wants to discuss
Frolicking
that.
around in his white robes. Go for it,
The
go for
Pope
it.
has
Ro-
warned
Rohan
priests
Patil has
about
given
the
us very long-
dangers of pornography.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
He's
Go on,
like,
Navin.
pornography is dangerous. You'll actually learn some things, guys.
So what was his option? I mean, just think.
Immaculate conception.
Which
You know?
other way can you go with that? Guys, porno not so bad.
Yeah.
My personal favorite is no. I mean, come on.
No,
Yeah.
so the thing with Pope Francis is like he's the cool Pope.
He's the
Everybody's
coolest.
yeah, he's the coolest. He's been like branded as
And
that from the very beginning.
He's helped your people. How about that?
He's not helped my people.
He
There's
stood
also,
up for you.
I'll speak the truth
He's
if
the
you want
first
me
guy,
to.
but he's the first guy who's actually openly spoken for same gender relations.
Because the youth is leaving the church in throngs. Like in,
Now, you can't give me all this matlabi nonsense all the time.
Hey, Baba,
The
have
man
you,
stood
have,
up.
you, have you never watched
Nobody had the
Sister
guts
Act?
to ever do that.
Have you seen Sister Act?
I only
because
watched Sister
his
Act.
predecessor was such an evil, vile German bastard that after him,
But
whoever
why
would
did you
come,
have to say German?
because he was.
You touched all the bases there, Naveen.
Yeah, I know, right?
I can't do this. This guy is out of control.
I told you I'm going to go
don't
off.
have-
I told you when the topic came,
We
I'm going to go
don't
off.
have
This is
enough
very close.
lawyers to protect us when Naveen goes off.
I have zero lawyers.
Okay, we'll give him 1 minute to explain his point against the
So I'll tell you what
I would
happened.
say Pope, but the church.
No, for example, like the Pope when he went to America, he met like two Congress people in the parliament who are like
Rahul and Mallikarjun Kharge.
No, they're queer people, Baba. Who are these Rahul and Malik Arjun, whatever? Fucking Desis over there also. But no, there's a white queer couple in the
Now, one
government.
sec. We have to digest your reaction. Give us a second. Who are killing? We can't go this fast. Okay, now go back to your
Sorry, I'm
story.
too excited about this. But so he went there, met the queer couple, like, yeah, look at this. They're in the, they're in the government. They're gay. I support them. And then behind the cameras, once the camera stopped rolling, he went and met Kim Davis, the woman who was put in jail for refusing to make cakes for gay couples after the wedding thing was passed.
What?
Yeah, she was like
Yeah, it's a famous.
Kim Davis
no,
was a nut
refused.
job. She also got like
because
party
you
ticket.
write the like Peter and John on the Keka thing. So if she got two male names or two female names, out.
Yeah.
And there are lots of straight couples with funny names. You know, like I have a guy, a
Like
friend
Marcelo
of mine.
and Marcelo.
Yeah,
They're
I've
marrying
got a-
each other.
No, I've got a friend of mine called Kiran married to Shweta. So I mean that sounds odd sometimes.
Yeah,
Kiran
because then
Shweta.
they can get away with it also.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Anyway,
yeah.
why are we digressing from your beautiful story
I don't
of
know.
humanity?
But that's what I'm saying. Like when the cameras were not rolling, he went and met Kim Davis, who's like very anti-LGBTQ. And
No, but what do you mean by he went? Doesn't mean he's supported her.
He went and said, keep doing what you're doing. You're
No,
doing a
didn't say
great job.
that.
He said that.
Where do you have the proof?
He
Kim
said
Davis
that,
herself
come on.
said
He may
that.
have tried to douse the fire and say, boss, can you just tone it down a little bit? We've got to be more inclusive. How do we know?
He said you be steadfast in your belief in what
How
you're
do you
doing.
know this?
Because it all like there are people who travel with them. No, it's not like he's going alone to meet this one lady in fucking America. There's an entire posse of
Fucking
people.
America, German, this. What's up? These guys haven't hurt you. My God.
I'm not getting a visa either, I think.
You're not. You and Kunal are going to Panchgani.
But
That's your trip.
the level of hate I have for things, Germany might just accept me. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things.
I'm a huge German fan. That's just don't want to work out.
Yeah.
No, we're fighting.
They have
over-
naked football. It's amazing.
I like the Pope. He's anti the Pope. I
No,
like
I'm
Germany.
not
He's
anti the Pope.
Germany.
I'm like now.
He likes boys. I like girls.
Now coming to
Look
my
at the
point.
problems we're
Now
having
coming
here.
to my point is
Yeah.
that the Catholic
Isn't naked
Church.
football kind of dangerous?
What?
Only.
Naked football in Germany.
It's
No.
hot.
Naveen just said that Germany is naked football.
Yeah.
Not just Germany. I play naked football and I played alone because nobody wants to play with me. Would you like to
Yes,
play with me?
I understand that.
Samir just has the best
Go on,
information.
Naveen.
I have to go to Germany now. But no, so what I'm saying is like I understand like this is the game he has to play because in many ways the Catholic Church, the Vatican, basically adopted a PR machinery to rebrand the
I
church's
think
image.
you're not
I have
missing- you're
done a
missing
lot
the
of
point.
research on this. I have
Nobody.
dealt-
If you look at Schindler's List or anybody, nobody whose values go the other way in an area where it's difficult for them to speak. They're not so openly whatever. It's all done in a subtle manner.
Whenever they talk about
whatever he's doing, he's trying to go over the line slowly.
So he's
he
not
can't
saying-
just say end everything and now.
I know.
He's so
He's
inclusive.
not saying, okay, I support gay marriage. He'll be like, gay people are still children of God. Let them come back.
it's
to
a
the
step
fold.
in the right direction.
I know. So it's a very the statement is very
But
like
why
that.
is that hypocrisy? There's no hypocrisy. He's actually doing the right thing.
The statement is very manipulative. It's very thought out.
No,
is
I
what
think
I'm
see,
saying.
you've got a premise. It's like a prejudice. You've decided कि उसका मतलब ही reasons है. वो उसका genuine reason कुछ नहीं होगा. I think once you have that in your head, there's no point.
Have you
I'm
seen-
thinking
have you seen
differently.
the
I'm thinking it
movie
takes
Two
courage for
Popes?
him to actually stand up against thousands of years of this right-wing conservative thinking, which now has no place in woke culture, etc. But it's not easy for him.
Exactly. That's for appeasement. What I'm saying. Just if you watch the movie Two Popes, you'll understand what I'm
But the
trying to
end
say.
justifies the means either way. I'm saying.
Yeah, for
Right?
sure. A lot of people
How
like,
does it justify the means, Cyrus?
like for example, I
The
tell you,
means he's got to get people over on his side. He can't just go completely, throw the book at them and say, from today, all gay
but
people only
basically
allowed in the
he's straddling
church.
to both.
yeah, my example,
okay.
for example, my
There's
my
certain
closest.
diplomacy involved in this, bro. Trust me. I'm an ugly man trying to meet ladies for the last 40 years. You've got to, use techniques.
shut up,
You
Cyrus.
can't just
No one
turn around and say,
believes that crap.
I have arrived, ladies. It doesn't work.
You should travel in a Pope mobile.
At some point, I want to address
I had my
Waves
Pope's
Reborn's
mobile
comment.
up to last year.
Wait, Kajol is saying something.
Waves Reborn has a comment
Yeah.
where he said, I felt really insecure yesterday just by seeing a gay flight attendant making announcements in my flight. Waves, any idea why
Why
you would
insecure?
feel insecure about
And why you
this?
listen to
What
the
is
flight
it?
announcement? Nobody does that.
No, insecure means, what does that mean? What is that? Why is he feeling insecure? Like, what if the plane will go down because the gay guy is the attendant?
Yeah, I think it kind of depends on like the mentality also, right? It's like you take my tray and my dick at the same time. What we do? Like I'm like, okay, cool.
Where did that come from?
It's just
And,
my way of
yeah, where did that come from,
explaining
Naveen? That was
things.
weird.
Like
And
what is the
also,
insecurity
which
then?
flight
Like,
attendant takes the mic and goes like, I'm your gay flight attendant. So how do you, how do you judge
He's
the
saying
flight
someone
attendant?
who's
to
camp, who's
Britney
doing the whole
Spears is like
limp
that.
wrist and that kind of thing. There are attendants, flight attendants. I've seen them. They're very clearly,
if
effeminate.
anything, the wrists are more expressionful.
No,
rather than limp.
I have seen in Qantas buffed guys, really well built, buffed guys, but very, very limp wrists and, hair like Sparsh and all that. But that's fine. That's the way they are. But of course, I don't think it makes a difference to the flight. I
Doesn't
don't think
make you insecure is
You
what
don't
I'm
think the
saying.
plane's going to go up or down because of the guy's gender preference. I mean, that would be really odd. Oh shit, we're in trouble. He likes boys. I don't know who's thinking like that.
Yeah. But that's what I was saying.
Okay,
Like I was
so
coming to this
comments?
point that what I was building up to this whole point is I have
Before you only started ranting. So don't blame us.
it goes sideways sometimes.
Go on,
and you
Naveen.
brought up the LGBTQ thing. I never mentioned the
So
Pope's
again, he has
views on
sexual
that.
spin to it. It goes sideways now, I believe. Bolo.
But no, so I spoke to like over my course of like, for example, I'm just going to give you context as to why I'm saying this because I was told I'm in the church, I was doing all the tableau shit, I was in the choir and everything. I was very much involved in it. So when I found out I'm queer, to understand where my religion accepts me or understands me, I had to do a lot of digging to kind of justify where I am right now, right? So that's where this whole intrinsic need for my research came. Okay, and I spoke to a lot of priests around that time also because celibacy, as much as it's promoted as a thing,
Any priest supported gay movements?
a lot of them,
Oh, they
them.
did?
Yeah.
But openly or not openly? Because that's the whole Francis
Openly
thing.
also. Now there's like a...
No, not now. Initially, did you get
They also
anybody who said...
sidestep. They sidestep.
My third person I ever
Like, I
came out
know-
to in my life was a priest, and his solution, however, was to join the priesthood to avoid embarrassment in public. That was like...
Because you get to wear a skirt in a sense.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And you get to be
God,
around more
Cyrus,
men.
no.
I apologize. Rishi's
No, but,
taking
people
on the red card.
sidestep.
I'm on the bench. Okay, yeah.
They say that we don't hate the sinner, we hate the sin, which I don't know what it means, but it's just a way of
Yeah,
people getting
that could
into the
apply.
middle of it.
That could apply over moral issues like that, but it can't apply when you look at someone like Stalin or Hitler. You can't say you're off the hook, bro. It's just what you did, which is terrible. I mean, there's completely evil people. You can't justify that.
They literally had people on a hook.
Yeah, I mean, Stalin let his son die. I mean, he didn't bother to exchange him for
So
high-ranking German
point
officer.
being that when I spoke to a lot of my priest friends, and I won't take names, of course, but over the course of my research, I realized that a lot of them do have needs and urges. Okay, they do have to the priest. Yeah,
So you're saying the empathy level was because they themselves are feeling gay.
Yeah,
some of them.
because the Catholic Church is so rigorous with the whole celibacy. You can't even look at people like this. You can't
The
even have
repression causes an even more.
Yeah, like they are.
And if you want to see an example of repression, we have it in our studio.
Yeah.
You can see bustling with sexual energy and testosterone that young man, Rishi, looking for an outlet. He can't find one, so he goes to Panvel. There's a river, a talab as we say in Marathi, and there he lets go. 5 to 7 minutes every day, 3:30 p.m. If you're there, you'll see him.
This episode has been weird with you turning on to Rishi every opportunity you get. Now Rishi will arrive to adjust your headphones and your glasses.
I am the doctor.
And it's like a never-ending loop.
I am the Dr. Mahindra Vatsa of the IVM podcast. If I'm not there to help people, you go. Naveen thought he was straight till Tuesday. I spoke to him. I convinced him, boss, you're going to be great as a gay man.
Then the Pope said, "You're okay." I'm like,
leave the Pope alone, bro. Let's fight with people we can fight with.
He has been left alone. So last point to say what I was saying is that there have been times where, like, even if they have boner, they are asked to go and confess and all. You know what I'm saying? That's a very human thing. The blood rushes to your penis, man.
Okay.
Like, how can you make it like such a bad thing for people? So like there have been times when precept told me like there are girls hitting on them. There have been like times when they felt certain things, but they're supposed to like not act on it entirely, not masturbate, nothing. Yeah. So how can they go on for like so long? And that's what I'm saying. Like at some point, now if you're saying pornography is also like an evil thing, then where's the stimulation? What do they do? You know what I'm saying? Then eventually the outlet is,
but their reason for pornography being an evil thing is totally different. It's about the way women are objectified in some cases.
Yeah, that's what the Pope is concerned about, yeah.
No, it's all that and the objectifying leading to certain treatment of women which goes beyond the bedroom as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a little different. Well, you're talking about sexual release. So
My Catholic friend used to be taken to this retreat where they were told that masturbation was totally bad and it was wrong.
Yeah.
Like you can't do it.
You're ostracized almost.
If you can't do it, how can anyone do it? Because the whole idea is that you have to do it yourself. I mean, the concept of masturbating, I mean, it defeats the purpose. I mean, if you can't do it, it doesn't exist. They've taken away a sport.
You have to
one
go and
sport
confess.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But tell me one thing. What are your views, Kajol, about all this? Masturbating and all that. You think it's good, bad, right, wrong?
Of course, it's perfectly
okay. What about porn?
Yeah.
Do you think porn is good, bad? Since you're neutral in a sense, Naveen.
I'm not. I don't like the way porn is made because it's just too
So
unreal.
the Pope makes a statement saying that it's a negative thing in society, etc., etc. Naveen's point is well made because he's saying that you need but there's lots of sexual deviants out there, nuts out there, and because of porn, they behave themselves in a sense and don't act on their urges in public,
but
etc.
what the Pope did to guts because he actually revealed to the world, he's actually saying that nuns and priests do watch porn. And then he's talking about how they should not go too much into it. But that is a gutsy statement. It's never been made before.
I agree. So that's 2 for the Pope, 1 against.
He's all about the gutsy statements.
This is like Real Madrid, Barcelona, El Clasico. I think, was it 2-1 or 3-1? 2-1.
It's also one of those things where now some case will come out where a priest was fully caught like, broadcasting porn in church or whatever. Yeah. And that's like to subdue all of this. This is coming up. Like,
but I think, again, let's not attack the church alone, not to say for or against, but I think all institutions are the same.
I'm just saying that if you think porn is bad, then what about Passion of Christ? That movie is fucking torture porn. That entire movie is just like, and they used to make us watch it on Good Friday as kids.
But it was banned in South America for 5 years.
Yeah, but they used to show it to us fully like.
By the way, on
Sunday.
You got ranting and raving and Sparsh has fallen asleep.
Like a shameless bitch.
He's not interested in any religious institutions and all that. He gets very bored. He's more romantic.
Okay, listen. This is a good comment from San. He wants to give Naveen the Employee of the Year award for preparing himself for IVM.
Yeah.
But now, before we carry on, I have to read the sponsor story.
That's sarcastic, bastard.
Like I'm employee already,
bitch. Our pet tale today from Heads Up for Tales talks about the absolute love that pet owners often feel for their pets. In March of 2022, an Indian student who for days had refused to return home from the Ukraine without his dog arrived in India in early March after escaping the war-torn country via an alternative route from Budapest in Hungary. Rishabh Kaushik, a resident of Dehradun who was studying software engineering at Kharkiv National Institute of Radio Electronics Engineering, struggled to get clearance for his pet dog Malibu to bring him back to India. A third-year engineering student, Kaushik, had posted a video that was widely circulated on social media platforms regarding how the Indian embassy in Ukraine and the center's animal quarantine and certification service in Delhi had been stalling him, asking for more documents. So he urged the
What do
Indian
they want?
government to allow
Malibu's
an
graduation
NOC.
certificate. Top of the
Yes,
class.
exactly.
I came back, you
Malibu's
studied.
graduating certificate. Anyway, his video was shared by PETA, and then on March 1st, they issued a memorandum facilitating a one-time relaxation measure for Indians to bring their pet dogs and cats from Ukraine. And it was a long, drawn-out process, but he finally got Malibu back to India.
Wow, nice story.
Yeah,
It's like
these
so-
really win my heart. Like, whenever you see like a
No, the fact that
war-torn
he
area.
fought for this dog, most people have just given up and said it's just beyond there. And who'll blame them?
Yeah.
You're trying to, parents will be shouting, come home, beta, what's going on?
Even when like these hurricanes happened, like Katrina happened and all, like you had all these videos of like 10, 12 days, owners are looking for their cats and dogs,
yeah.
desperate, and then they hear their voice and they come running and they just jump in their arms like nothing happened. It's like the most cutest thing.
Really?
I don't know how I am this person. I'm such a vile, hateful, spitting bitch 1 second and then like...
No, beta, you're a human being. You're a human being. You've got it all. You've got that frontal, backal problems, everything. It's normal.
Frontal back to
Frontal, backal. Yeah. Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
Shall we go into AMAs? We've got a nice one for Naveen.
Nice one for Naveen.
Okay, Bruce Wayne says,
yeah.
Naveen, hand to heart, is Rishi Sunak a sexy daddy or not?
Rishi Sunak looks like a deformed Ashish Nehra. That's what he looks like.
A little bit. But for me, the biggest problem is if you put a picture of him up right now, his head is too big for his body. He's really thin. And I just, from a point of aesthetics, of male aesthetics, it's horrible. I mean,
Yeah.
why do men allow them?
He's also conservative.
So his head is going to get... He's a thin guy with a big
POS.
head and no shoulders, no torso, no legs, nothing. I mean, but that's not important. What's important is that he helps them in the winter, because winter is coming, Britain, and it's going to be cold and they can't afford to pay for heating. Ha ha! Who's the third world country now? No, we are. we really are.
But do you think he's going to last till Christmas?
Yeah, that's a good question. Forget Christmas. I think let's look at Halloween first. 1 week at a time. Yeah.
Okay, we've got a question for Cyrus.
Okay.
We
Thank
have
God, at least
got-
one. Hello from
Yes,
Adelaide,
it's
Australia.
AMAs.
Hey, by the way, before we do the questions, Sparsh, what are we going to do about the Thursday evening for those who live outside in the Western Hemisphere and like to get into the Thursday evening show? You said you'll come up with a compromise. So what's your fucking compromise? Okay, then you're making fun of the Pope. Okay, you're speaking from both sides of your mouth. This is what you're doing. Okay, we still don't have a solution, but we're working on it. Just always
We should
call.
record a Thursday morning buffer just to have people entertained anyways.
I don't mind. I'm
I
thinking,
mean, at this point, you all really care about guests.
I think we should do 8 days a week. The 7 days is ridiculous.
Yeah, we should work like Noah.
Let's pull up Daft Pankaj's AMA.
That Pankaj is too funny. It's too funny.
Cyrus can't wait to hear your
Vivek is
views
saying
on...
opposite of Cyrus, laugh out loud. What the hell does that even mean?
Oh, LOL means laugh out loud.
Yeah,
Finally.
I have got kids. I've got children.
Oh shit, they laugh at you.
I've done a DNA testing. Maya's my daughter. 100%.
One of them at least, yeah.
Coming back to
Mika has
Daft
to be my son.
Pankaj.
He hasn't had a bath in 3 weeks. Yeah. Can't wait to hear your views on
Cyrus
Zimbabwe.
can't wait to hear your views on Zimbabwe beating Pakistan. What a crazy game. What would you say to Babar at this moment, who seems to be getting it all wrong? Also, what does KL Rahul
See,
do
my
from
biggest
here?
problem with Pakistan losing a game which they were winning for the first half easily is that the people start saying bookies and betting and all. Because that's not what happened. They imploded. And the fact is panic is panic. It's great to see in sport, in any sport. I just love to see that. They panicked. The little batsmen panicked. And before you know it, they lost the game against Zimbabwe. It's good for cricket. Well, what else can we say? The second question about KL Rahul. Everybody's trolling KL Rahul. We've played 2 games, guys. 2 games, okay? I know he's not had a great series in that build-up with Australia and South Africa, but mostly he's injured. He's coming back from injury. You've got to give him a little time. 2 games, you can't decide that this guy is the enemy number 1. It's ridiculous. Having said that, if the form is not there and you want to make bold decisions, I'm wondering whether we can get Rishabh Pant into the batting 6 now, because we are one left-hander short for sure. And if I'm not saying you do that, and Rahul Dravid and KL Rahul both have to go back to a place called Bangalore, Karnataka, and if Rahul Dravid is responsible for KL Rahul not playing, maybe he won't be allowed into Karnataka. You know how the world is. is in India. But I think that if they can find a way, and at the moment he's the only one they could possibly drop. So what are your views, Kajol, as someone who loves the game?
Shut up, Cyrus. You know I don't see cricket.
I honestly thought
don't see cricket means, what does it even, that even sounds wrong. I don't see cricket.
I don't even watch
Like when there's at
Even if
night
they're
when she
playing-
walks now, she can only hear cricket. She can't see them.
It's a metaphysical statement, Naveen. You've not picked it up. Her whole point is that even while they're playing, she doesn't see
She
it.
doesn't see
because
them. She's
it's
like,
such a
oh,
waste
this
of
is
time.
disgusting. They are running around with a ball.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shit, one bat is in the middle.
And the clothes are atrocious. Long pants in the heat.
Pink costumes. What the fuck?
white. I know.
Not whites. This is no whites. This is non-whites. I mean, it's the most naive statement you could make now. Everybody listening knows you're a complete
how-
ignoramus with cricket.
GK is like,
Why would you say
mashallah,
whites?
Pakistan out of World
You're
Cups.
making Rishi laugh. You're making Rishi laugh. I will avoid all the comments that Naveen makes to just alienate somebody on our show. All right, we've already lost the Christians. We're losing the Muslims. Hindus, so I won't even
We could
mention.
never lose the Christians because they have Christ.
Wow. You think that'll bring them back?
Oh.
Hopefully.
Okay, hey, I forgot to ask you my Halloween quiz questions. I got two nice
Wow,
questions.
but we're out of time.
Out of time. Oh no, oh shit.
No,
Oh, damn. But next year, yaad rakho, Naveen bhai.
For
Be on
Halloween,
time.
yeah.
Be on time. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. We'll go for a last AMA. Okay, Nandish's AMA. With Musk taking over Twitter and firing all the top execs.
My
Do
God.
you think it's the start of something new and massive? Or is it just him trying to stay relevant by doing wild things?
It's a very like cocky thing. He went with a sink to the Twitter office. Like
Yeah,
that's
the
the
sink.
The
Yeah,
toilet,
let the
toilet
sink
bowl.
in.
no?
yeah,
sink.
yeah, like
Toilet bowl or sink?
he's a full like now he's a Laudu behavior. This is like just like
Cyrus, toilet bowl and
cringy,
sink are
like,
two
This is a
different
guy who wants to destroy the Pope. Okay, so what he says about Elon Musk is nothing. We have to not worry
I
at all.
don't have to go to space.
Yeah,
to
just
fucking
go ahead, bro.
Be with this weird
Attack.
named child. I don't care a shit.
Yeah.
I used to look up to him. Like every engineering boy at one point, we were all like, oh, this guy will bring change. He's the Tony Stark of our generation.
Then you heard
Like,
his podcast with Joe Rogan and said,
then
what the
I
hell
saw
is he
everything
smoking?
he does. He, like from like fucking girls randomly and then like just to cover up his ass, he'll
So
throw
now
all the
being
money.
straight is wrong? How dare you? Rishi, did you hear that?
See, all the things he's doing, you can never do, Cyrus. So I don't know why you're like
I can never
screaming
do, but
at me
I
on his
aspire to
behalf.
do. I aspire to have done.
Yeah, like even the self-driving cars are blowing up and all that. The coverage of that news is entirely stifled, by the way. So he's fully like one of those Virat dudes who became too smart for his own good, and
Like
now
Govinda.
Yeah, exactly like Govinda. Oh shit, there couldn't be a better.
Only on
allegory.
our show, Elon Musk is Govinda. Navi Narona, quote unquote. Please remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
उसको Twitter मिला तो मैं क्या करूँ? Like, that's what,
And now in song.
yeah.
Now, since we have 2 minutes left, I thought why not just do the quiz anyway?
She just like a woman, she makes up her own time. Have you noticed that? It's such a female
Like
quality.
20 of your questions have been ignored for this, by
I'll
the way.
just
Okay?
increase the hour by 2 minutes and that's it.
We've run out of AMAs and we have 2 minutes
Yeah.
left. So,
Okay, ask your damn question. Kajol, पूछो. मैं ready हूँ. Says Chinmay.
all right. In the 16th
One second before you
and
ask.
17th.
In case Chinmay answers fast, just be on the ball. Huh, Rishi? Huh? No, go. Sorry.
Beyond the ball.
Okay. In the 16th and 17th centuries, when a corpse was buried in a coffin, there was a little rope which was kept into the
In
I know
case,
the
in case
answer.
he's alive. In
He's
case he's
alive.
alive, he can pull it and then you have to pull him out.
This is during the plague
Yeah,
when
yeah,
there was
yeah,
like
yeah.
people were buried.
Everybody knows this.
is
Everybody knows this.
It's,
Boo,
it's in the movie Nun also.
Give your 2 minutes back
Oh,
to
that
us.
was easy one just to start it off. But
No, it
yes,
was an
there
easy
a rope
one.
connected
It's just
to
that we
bell
are
on
really.
top.
Hey, Chinmay in your
none of you
face.
mentioned
Chinmay in
the
your
bell on
face.
top.
Chinmay, you lost.
You lost.
Yeah, Chinmay, now you have to move out of Maharashtra.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, but I
no.
think
Okay,
Chinmay is a
okay,
Mishra,
next
I don't
question,
know.
Next
Stay in
question.
Maharashtra.
Okay. There was a tradition to light fires, and then the Celts, the droids, used to chuck animal bones
Kelts.
into the fires.
Huh.
The Celts, yes, the Celts. They used to chuck animal bones into the fire. What phrase or what term has that derived into?
Ramba ho.
Yeah.
No.
Chinmay.
Is it jungle में आग लगी भागो भागो भागो?
Okay, your overtime, Kajol. Okay.
Your
No.
overtime.
No.
Wait.
Yes.
I know.
But
When
give
they
us a hint now, because
I know the word faggot came from the sticks being
the
burned
wood,
together.
the wood.
The wood
Yeah.
being like bunched together.
Faggots or fag?
No, faggot only.
Faggot
yeah.
is the wood, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but give us a hint. Is he in the right thing? No.
What the
She
hell?
would
is
never
that?
give it.
It's a word which I said fire to the rain. Wow, Kasamir. Wow.
It's an Adele song.
No. Samir is just feeling romantic. Guys, please
Swah.
understand.
The answers are killing
We're
you.
throwing animal
We are very
bones
inclusive. We are very
into
inclusive.
a fire. think of the two words that
Gay
I've
best
spoken
aag
about.
mein.
Huh?
Bonfire. This is amazing.
Bonfires.
It is. It's a bonfire. He's right.
Oh,
It's
shit.
a
you.
bonfire.
Oh fuck, that was so funny. That was an ironic answer.
Wow, we started with porn fire and we've gone to bonfire.
bonfire.
It's amazing. Yeah. So does Samir win? Did Samir get it? I don't know. Who got it? Who got it first?
Samir only got it. Yeah.
Samir got it first. Are you sure? Because I got 6 or 7 hits.
Now Sweta can like be like,
Saurabh
oh
got
Samir,
it
you won a
first.
Yeah.
contest. Ooh.
Samir,
See,
you're such a beautiful man already. Yeah.
Oh my God. Punekar, oh.
But we do give a gift. There's a gift voucher that Sparsh will send to Samir Kolpekar ASAP. Is it possible? Can I just say it now? We don't
Yeah,
have to
send
give
your
anything.
address to us and it will come over to your
Yeah,
house.
yeah. Huh? So
Why don't you
be
come to the
prepared.
show on the 13th of November? We will give you your prize
Don't
on
punish him.
stage.
Yeah. This is like the anti-marketing.
What the hell? We just want to win the guy over.
Hey, Sweta, Hamisha, Rohit are all coming on 13 November.
Oh, they all know each other. What's going on?
There's an entire Discord server, you know that, right? Like
But they
outside.
don't really know each other. This is incestuous. I'm getting scared now.
It's only Discord in name. They're actually very cordial.
You think it's one family? Just 5 guys called Ravi?
Yeah.
Just sitting around and doing all this.
We're going to be having a rapid fire quiz round on the 13th
Oh,
of
shit.
November where
Wow.
Cyrus will face 10 of the most difficult questions I can come up with.
Yeah. And
Just
one
one
of the
second.
most difficult is what's your name? I find that very hard.
What we have to wear and come on 13 November. A butt
Heels.
plug. Just a butt plug
Halloween.
is
Just
enough.
high heels. Everyone in high heels and nothing else.
Yeah.
Ours is a special party.
Just wear a tail.
We are going to have our own bonfire. Yeah. and no religious jokes, huh, Ravi?
Dragging my wife to who has never heard or watched the show. Okay,
Well,
that's a
Rohit, all I'll tell you is that that can go both ways. So be very careful. Yeah.
just to balance it out, there's actual comedians also on the lineup. Don't worry.
Where are these comedians?
Dudeja is there on the lineup.
Oh, you got Dudeja. So
Shark
be careful.
is there,
Then we
yeah.
are safe. Don't take another name.
Yeah.
Dudes is there. If Dudes is there,
Hello?
never fear.
Yeah, I'll be there in spirit.
Is Amit coming up? We actually, Sparsh just spoke to him before we started the show. He had no idea.
This is happening. Yeah. He's like, what? That's what he said.
This is like the Congress working committee. You know, they don't know what's going on with the grassroots. So, but he will be there. He's now promised to come, and we'll put him on stage.
अरे नहीं जाएगा India final में यार चिराग शेट्टी come.
No, but it ends at 4:30.
But you know how the rivalries are, right? If we are in the finals and if we are drinking up and
You're
whatever.
starting at 8:30. There's a 4-hour gap here.
Yeah, but Indians they just need a reason.
But who's supporting India?
Pakistan.
Okay, hey, if we have extra time, I've got a few more quiz questions.
Guys, no, we're out of time. Amit is actually knocking
We're
me
logging
out.
off, but you carry on, Kajol.
Yeah.
You carry on. Practice makes perfect. Ah, well done.
Ask
well
rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
Go for it.
And now, coming back to the Pope, Naveen.
Shall we end it?
We've already gone. We've left you. We're not even here.
You know, popes used to marry in the past.
Stop it. Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you. We need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.